Are you ahead of your age group when it comes to retirement savings? Or are you part of the 56% who say they're not on track to comfortably retire? Let's dive into the numbers for different age groups, and I'll share unique tips and tricks on how you can get on the right track. Let's start with ages 18 to 24, a time for finishing education, completing work internships, and finding the right career path for yourself. The average 401k savings at this age is $5,200, while the median is $1,900 according to data from Vanguard. Throughout this video, I'll share both average and median values because sometimes the average value can be skewed by a handful of very large accounts. So for most people, just focus on the median values. The average contribution rate in this age group is 7% of gross income. So someone with a $40,000 salary on average contributes $2,800 towards their 401k annually. Of course, aspiring for a higher savings rate would be ideal, but at this stage of your career, you're likely in a graduate position, earning little money and paying high rents relative to your salary, so it can be quite difficult. Fidelity suggests having saved about half your annual income by the age of 20. So if you're 20 and making $40,000 annually, then saving $20,000 would be ideal. The main goal at this age is to start solid saving habits. Begin contributing to your 401k and, of course, subscribing to Wisdom Wave for the latest investing information. For those outside the US who don't have 401k accounts, similar accounts exist. RRSP in Canada, SIP in the UK, and superannuation in Australia. With all these accounts, if your employer matches your contribution, take full advantage. Usually, a company matches your contribution, like 100% up to 4% of your salary. This means if you earn $80,000 and contribute 4% or $3,200 to your 401k, the company will also contribute $3,200 for you. Wondering why a company would do this? They get substantial tax deductions and deferrals through this scheme. Shifting our focus to ages 25 to 34. This is when most people have found a career path they like, are aiming for growth and promotions at work, and possibly considering buying a home. The average 401k savings for this group is $30,000, while the median sits at $11,000. The average contribution rate slightly increases to 8% for this age group. However, it's advisable to aim for 15% across all your investments, including stocks, bonds, index funds, and your 401k. Check out this table highlighting the impact of saving 15% versus just 5% over 30 years, assuming a $74,000 salary. At retirement, you'd have $2.6 million compared to just $870,000 if you saved 5%. Fidelity recommend having saved 1 times your gross income by 30. This table highlights the significance of starting investing early and letting compound interest work its magic. For instance, $1,000 invested at age 20 would grow to $37,000 by retirement, whereas $1,000 invested at age 60 would only reach $1,700. Now let's move on to the age group of 35 to 44. At this stage, you've likely earned 1 or more promotions, leading to a comfortable salary, but you're also dealing with the increased expenses of raising children. The average 401k savings here is $76,300, with the median at $28,300. Surprisingly, the contribution rate remains at 8%. Could this be a result of additional expenses of childcare? Let me know in the comments. Fidelity recommends having saved 3 times your gross income by the age of 40. As a side note, I've included the average and median 401k balances by income level. It's no surprise that those with higher incomes tend to have larger 401k savings. Moving on to ages 45 to 54, which are peak earning years, while you're likely in senior management at work and focused on getting your mortgage paid off. The average 401k balance, $142,000, with the median rising to $48,300. The contribution rate sees a slight increase to 9%, and it's recommended to have saved 6 times your income by age 50. By the end of this phase, the checklist includes paying off car loans and credit card debt, planning to finish with your mortgage, and determining your expected annual expenses during retirement. Then, using the 4% rule, calculate your required retirement savings. For instance, if you plan to spend $60,000 annually in retirement, you'll need savings of $1.5 million to ensure you never run out of money. Next up is 55 to 64. By now, expenses related to raising children are behind you, providing more discretionary income for aggressive saving and finalizing retirement planning. The average 401k savings have risen to $208,000, while the median has reached $71,000. Contribution rate jumps up to 10%, as people aim to maximize savings as retirement approaches. Fidelity's recommendation have 8 times your gross income saved by 60. Transitioning to the retirement age of 67, the average 401k savings rise to $224,000, while the median value is at $71,620. The average contribution rate jumps up to 12% in the last few years before retirement. Fidelity recommends having saved 10 times your last working year's salary by retirement. So there you have it. Please like the video and be sure to check out this video next.